Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here.
Okay, today we're talking about dumping or losing the barrel. I get this question all the time. I want to explain what it is when you dump or lose the barrel and why it is caused, and then we can talk about what our barrel should actually do during the swing. So first thing is, what is dumping the barrel? For me, dumping the barrel is when your barrel gets below the ball too early. So with our swing, our barrel, we talk about it a lot. Our barrel wants to work rearward or back. So our barrel is going to start to work back and down. It has to, right? It starts up here, it has to get there. So it has to work down, but it's gonna work back and down. So the barrel is gonna make this move, but even though it is working back and down, it is still gonna be short and direct to the ball. So my barrel is gonna start to work back and down, but it's still going to be short and direct. So it works back and down, back and down. Now it's gonna start to turn up into the ball as we're coming through contact. So that would be a barrel that works back and down, is turned rearward, but is still above the ball, above the ball, above the ball. Now as it starts to turn into the ball, it will then begin to pick up into it. Dumping the barrel or losing the barrel is when the barrel immediately drops back below the ball. So it makes this move. So instead of being this way, but still short, direct to the ball, it's this. And now the barrel is below the ball, way, way back here. Now you have a fight. You're gonna be uphill to the ball, you're gonna be under the ball. So this is a really, really big problem. We see a ton of hitters that do both. We see a lot of hitters that push and attack the ball too steep, so they're coming in like this at the ball. But then I also see a ton of hitters that lose the barrel. So they do this. They lose the barrel back here, and then everything they hit is up or they're under everything. And so again, you have to be turning the barrel rearward, but it's still gotta be short and direct. So it can't be like this, but it can't be like this where you're losing the barrel real quick. Okay, why does the barrel get lost? In my opinion, most of it has to do with this rear arm. When I tried to lose the barrel, all I did was let my right arm or my rear arm race forward. When my right arm or rear arm races forward, if you're a lefty, it'll be your left arm. When it races forward, the barrel gets real heavy back here and drops. Right, so you can see that. As I push this forward, that's gonna go down. It's real hard for me to keep this barrel up. I've gotta work super, super hard to do it. So, how do we get our rear arm to stop racing forward? The key for me is getting into a good position to hit, which we call a pullback. So we go super in depth on this and every other part of our swing in our course, Building the Elite Swing. If you wanna check it out, just go to the description box below and you can click down there. But I'm gonna talk quickly about the pullback and some of the keys. So all a pullback is when we're getting ready to hit and we're starting to load, we're getting our upper body ready. Our rear arm, for righty it's your right arm, lefty it's your left arm, is gonna get back behind your hands, right there. So if you were to watch me from this angle, when I get ready to hit, my right arm's behind my hands. You probably can't see my right arm right now. Now some hitters might be a little lower and some hitters might be a little higher. But the arm is somewhere behind the hands. And when that happens, you should feel your back engaged. If you just take your, don't even use a bat, just take your top hand and just go like this. You should feel your back engaged. Right, so my arm is gonna start to work slightly back behind me. It's not a huge move, right? Some people over-exaggerate and do this. No, it's a small move. Bang, right there, I got it. I can feel my back engaged. Once you can feel your back engaged and your arm's behind your hands, you're set. By doing that, now when it's time to go and I start to turn my barrel back and I start to get palm up, palm down, my rear arm is gonna work underneath my hands. And that's gonna help keep the barrel up. But the second I do this, notice how my barrel falls, right? So it's that simple. It's getting into a good pulled back and ready position to hit, and now it's turning palm up, palm down, that arm's gonna come under, but notice how now my barrel is working back, but it's shorter and tighter. It's more direct to the ball. So hitters that don't get into this position, this is what they do. They get here. When they get ready to hit, this arm falls down early. So right as their front foot's about to land, they'll be like this. They'll never get pulled back. They don't get their back engaged. They don't get their arm behind their hand. So their barrel starts to get real heavy right there. So they're gonna do this, and now as they start to turn, because their arm wasn't back and it's here, it's gonna start to lead even more, which is gonna cause the barrel to drop even more, which is gonna cause the barrel to be way underneath the ball. And you're gonna be hitting the tee like this under the ball. You're gonna be missing balls if you're in a game. A lot of swings and misses. A lot of balls that you feel late on, a lot of balls that you foul back. And you say, man, why can't I get my barrel there? Well, it's because it's dragging, it's dropping. You're dumping your barrel, you're losing your barrel back here. Your path all of a sudden is super long. So an easy way to fix this, you can literally just get in a mirror. Get in a mirror, watch yourself, and just get loaded into a good hitting position and make sure that your arm's getting behind your hands. If you see this, no good. You've got to be here. And you might have to do this literally thousands of times before you can get into a game or even get into a practice rep and be able to do it. Right, so always start simple. Break it down simply. If you have someone to watch you, great. If you don't, just find a mirror. Do it over and over again. Yep, that's good. 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 Not good. Once you're able to do it over and over again in the mirror or someone watching, then you progress to the tee. Then you progress to flips. Then you progress to batting practice. Then you progress to machine. Then you progress to the game. All right, so let me show you one rep real quick. I'm gonna show you how to get pulled back again. You don't have to start in this pullback position here. Hitters start in all different positions, right? The key is to be there when your front foot's about to hit the ground. Now, for me personally, I've always kind of started in this preset position. That's just my personal preference. You do not have to do that. But I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna load, I'm gonna pull back, and I'm gonna hit. So when I do that, my barrel is still short and tight. My arm works under my hands as my barrel starts to turn back. So I've got a direct path to the ball. Again, by direct, I don't mean this. I'm still turning my barrel back, but it's short, direct, it's from the inside. It's in the hitting zone early. I've got really good depth with my swing, and I'm slightly up through the hitting zone, but I'm not losing my barrel. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Again, if you want to learn even more, go more in depth, click the description box below. You can get our course down there. It'll show this, plus tons of drills to work on it. And we cover every part of the swing, so go check it out. That's all I got. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. We'll talk to you later.